Happy Holi, everyone. On today's episode, we will be discussing what other festivals around the world are similar to our Indian Holi festival, which is a festival of colors. Let's find out.
Happy Holi, everyone! Holi is this Indian festival of colors. Hindus believe this is a time to start enjoying spring, winter is over, there's a lot of color, and we say farewell to winter. It's one of the major festivals of India, isn't it, Namita?
Yeah, very much. So people look forward to it.
Absolutely. And it's celebrated with joy, music, and, complete community spirit. You can see everyone get together and celebrating. There's no caste, creed, at least we hope not, and religion while we're throwing colors on each other. And as children, sometimes we throw with water, sometimes with just colorful flowers. It depends on our mood, age, what we're up to, how much we want to flirt. And this festival is commemorated by so many Hindi films, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, Simrit. Like Diwali, Holi is a must, part of, Bollywood movies across India.
I mean,
so yes,
so many songs with Holi, less with Diwali, because it's always commemorating romance, colors, beautiful songs. And then, of course, as all festivals, I believe, around the world, also important is the speciality sweets and the food, and that is always fun. And this is especially fun for kids, right? Because Diwali earlier was about the crackers, in Delhi not so much anymore. And at least Holi, they get to get dirty, they've got color over each other, they get to roughhouse without getting into trouble. And then there's water balloons for the younger ones, water guns, chasing each other around. The festival of Holi is so much fun, right? But let's see. So we all know about Holi, and even outside of India, people come, especially during this time, tourists come to see the festival of Holi. But are there any festivals around the world which are similar to Holi? Let's see.
Yeah, Simran, there are festivals, and I don't know how these festivals have started. We have not dig into the history of those festivals, but yes, there are festivals where they they have colors or fruits or there are a lot of things that we're going to talk about. But let's start with our the nearby. Let's start with Asian festivals. So one of them is there in Thailand. Okay, it's called Songkran. I don't know. Pardon me if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly because that's not my. Yeah, and it's a Thai New Year water festival. It is again at the time of this time April, May. That is how it is when it is being celebrated. It celebrates Thai New Year, and it's time for cleansing and renewal, right? Just like we have this in India where we are just transitioning from one season to other. Similarly, they also have the same thing, but they are, and since it's a new year also, so they renew everything at the same time. So you know what they do, Simrit? They splash water on each other as a symbolic act of washing away the past year's misfortune. Okay, so I really like this thought of this idea of cleansing your misfortune and again restarting everything, refresh everything. It's beautiful. And also they as a part of the ritual, they visit temples and paying respect to elders. So it's celebrated at a very, very large scale there as well.
So Holi also, they say it has to do with the beginning of positivity and letting go of your past negative emotions and stuff.
Yes.
So cleansing is in Holi, which is interesting. So there you go. Well, Thailand has a lot of Indian culture, as we know, because the Buddha went from, the Buddhist culture went from India. So a lot of the stuff, the basis, if you dig deep enough, you see a lot of similarities in the religious and cultural festivals. So Thailand is anyway so colorful. Let's head to Spain, which is also really well known. And this particular festival has been made popular by, I think, Hrithik Roshan and Farhan Akhtar. And
that movie, right? People hardly knew about this festival, and now everybody knows. Yes, definitely.
Talking about La Tomatina, I think. In Spain, the tomato throwing festival. Listen, give me Holi over throwing tomatoes on me. It's gross. For me, I know a lot of people who want to do this. And this is last Wednesday of August. They do it because the summer is there in August, I guess. And it's a fun community-based tradition that originated back in 1940s. But a food fight, seriously? So thousands of people gather in the area and throw hundreds of thousands of kilos of tomatoes at each other in one of the massive food fights. Now, I don't know how this originated, so we're going to have to keep that up next time to see what's going on.
Yeah, so let's talk about another festival. Okay, this is again grosser one, Simrit. It's Boryang Mud Festival, that is of South Korea.
Ooh,
Okay. And it's again, it's in July, I think. That's the time they celebrate it, and it's for 2 weeks. And it is all about playing with mud in the mud pits, the mud slides and, mud related games and activities, totally mud. Okay.
my
I
God.
mean, they say it started as a marketing event for Boyong mineral rich mud. Now it's popular international festival. So that's interesting, right? I won't mind the mud thing, still better than tomatoes. So
They talk about
yes.
the mud that has the special minerals there, right? This is a
Right. Yeah.
recent festival. This is not an old ancient festival.
Yeah. 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 So this one is cool.
Interesting. Interesting. I mean, it's gross, and they do mud baths up in the Black Sea or
Oh, it's a therapy. Mud bath. There are,
and stuff. They have these mud therapies, right? So Turkey.
yeah, it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
so then now let's come to some really popular festival, the Brazilian
Hmm.
Rio Carnival, right? Everyone knows about.
Yeah.
This is in February or March before Lent, and it's known for its gala parades, the masks, the colorful feathers. We've all seen those pictures, right? And the
Yeah.
dancers and the sexiness and the cultural heritage. And you see a lot of the community out there, extravagant musics, and the Brazilians, they love their loud music and they know how to jiggle.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
it's not really like Holi, but the masquerades means that they get to hide their faces. There's a lot. And similar to that, it's exactly the same time before Lent in Italy. It's from the 12th century, and they celebrate freedom and social equality by having these parades and this carnival with elaborate masks. And everyone knows, like we've seen Rio like carnival in recent days with
Yeah.
all the pictures and stuff. But Venice is known for the beautiful masks they make, right? The
Mask.
masquerade
Yeah.
parties and the costumes. And so they have a lot of masquerade balls and parades. So it's similar because they're hiding their faces and there's color. And so instead of applying color, they've got these elaborate masks and festivals. So that's
Yeah.
interesting. So these are both, and they're very Christian because it's around the Lent and there must be some religious, background to it, just like our Holi. And it does point to social equality.
Okay, now Simrit, when you're speaking of this festival, so along with this Italian carnival, there is a festival of throwing oranges during this period.
Oh, same.
You know,
It's a part of this carnival.
yes, and it is also known as Battle of Oranges, and it is originated again in 12th century.
Also, same
Imagine.
time. Yeah, so the same time as this festival.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Simrit, this Battle of Oranges, in this carnival is widely recognized as the craziest festival in Italy worldwide. Not just this, the battle also symbolizes freedom from oppression.
Oh,
Can you imagine? And the 3 day long food festivals, and that involves 500,000 pounds of oranges thrown in the streets and squares and everywhere.
why do
That
these
is gross.
kids love throwing food around?
I know,
Not like
Jim.
only.
As if seriously, I don't really like this food throwing festival. I don't know what is the significance of that. Maybe it was an ample or they were throwing the rotten ones. Still, I get it because oranges get.
Agreed.
So,
So, talking about this throwing of the food, Greece has a festival, the flour war. The flour meaning the flour we make, like atta. That's the war festival which they have. And again takes place in Lent. So we're all gonna have to see, is it all because Lent they were traditionally all fasting as well. So I'm wondering, we have to look into the history of this. And every year
yeah,
usually like this unusually quiet harbor town of, sorry, Galaxy D on the north coast, they have this like the first day of Lent on the clean Monday, they all have thousands of colored flour. So similar to our holy colors, but it's a flour,
yeah.
it's atta that's thrown around the whole day, and very few people can be saved at that day. So it's known to be quite the extravagant, colorful color flower war. It's interesting, and it's all
Yeah, Simrit,
Christian, but
let's be honest, I find our Holi's more sustainable ones. we we don't waste food at all. We try to create these colors out of the leaves,
yeah.
or out of the sand, and out of a lot of natural, which is not like food, right? So I don't know about these. That
So that's all on Talk to Us today, isn't it, Namita? I think we've pretty much wrapped it up, and we wish you all a happy
yeah,
Holi. Please do let us
yeah.
know what you want us to talk about next time. We always look forward to your comments and your emails. So do email us at hello at talktoustoday.com. Sorry. And or comment in the comment section below and let your friends know where to find us.
Yeah, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay notified of our new videos every Friday at 5 p.m. Thanks for joining us on Talk to Us today. Keep smiling, keep laughing.
Keep talking. Have a safe Holi, guys.